Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Today we have Shameem Crespin, a Division Human Resources Specialist from King Soopers, joining us today. And Shameem, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you and let you get started. You should be able to share your screen.
Sweet. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, please don't be shy. I hope that I can have like a little bit of interactive session today. Basically, what I want to do is introduce myself, introduce what company that I work for, introduce what that company does, and then just give you tips and tricks on especially being young, how you can start career. And things like that. So please feel free to stop me at any point and ask me questions. Because I truly want this to be useful for you more than me coming here and be like, hey, do you want to work for King Soopers? That's not the motive at all. To start with, I'll start with a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Shameem Crespin. I am the Division HR specialist for King Soopers and City Market. I've been with the company for about 6 years now. This is like longest company that I've worked for. I'll dive deep into why and things like that. But apart from being HR is all I've done. I've started my career as I went to school for doing accounting, and then I realized I have an opportunity to take the position as my first job as HR, and then I just absolutely thrived in there. And a little bit about me outside work is I have a lovely dog as well that you can see on screen. His name is Loki. He is as mischievous as what I named him to be. He absolutely lives up to that character name, Loki. He is 6 years old. Like, he's my first dog. As soon as I came, I moved from a different country I moved here 6 years ago. And then he was my first dog. So he holds a very special place in my heart. Since I was talking about moving, I did move from India to here 6 years ago. I got married here. So just if I have to tell you one thing, it's absolutely okay to restart your career. It's absolutely okay to question that. I'm like, oh my God, I've just spent 5 years into developing this. Now I have to restart it. It's absolutely okay. Every single experience counts. That's why I love what I do. Since we have just a little bit, few people, if it's okay that I can get your name, just your name. That's all. If you can come off mute and just let me know your name.
My name is Isabella.
Hi, Isabella. Thank you for going first. That's always the hardest.
And my name is Gabrielle.
Hi, Gabriel.
And I'm Lisa.
Any other students? Lisa. And I do see Azul and Alexa as well. Are they students as well?
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I truly appreciate it. And then just a little bit of who I work for. I am a part of King Soopers and King Soopers and City Market Division. A lot of the things that I oversee is talent development, like leadership development. We have programs that all the leaders go through. I oversee a lot of it, but then I also enjoy meeting with students, talking to them about ongoing opportunities that we have and all of that. So King Soopers and City Market, as you know, that we have a store pretty much every mile that you go to. There is a store that's there. So we started with when I joined, they only had 146 stores. Since the time that I joined to now, they added a lot more stores. We are currently standing at 156 stores throughout Colorado. And we have plans to add 7 more stores in the next couple of years. So there is a whole lot of opportunity that is there with King Soopers and City Market. As you can see, we also have 100 fuel centers, 20 clinics, and then 134 pickup locations as well. That's just a glimpse of what King Soopers is, but I also want to remind that how many of you, can think about, when you think about King Soopers, we are also part of Kroger. The reason that I say that is a lot of the time people don't realize that we are a part of Kroger, because in case, let's say, for example, you want to transfer to a different state because you want to go to school there or college there. A lot of the times students go to a different state to take college, then you can just easily transfer. So you're not restarting your career again and again. That's why it's very beneficial to work for an organization, especially in the early stage when they are broad. Your experience transfers with you, your pay transfers with you. So just to keep that in mind, we are a part of Kroger. Overall, we have about 430,000 associates. We have again, this is from 2019. We have grown a whole lot more since then. We are way over 2,719 supermarkets. So if you can think about Smith's, you can think about pretty much all states, and we have something going on in there. So just something to think about. And then I know that we talked about just how big our company is, but I also wanted to say, if you want to remember one thing, and one thing only about Kroger and King Soopers, is our purpose. We take this to our heart. We don't want just to provide food for the community, but we also, every action, every step that we walk, we want to make sure that we are feeding the human spirit. So it could be anywhere from, donations and things like that to every single thing that we do. We have this in the back of our mind. How could we do one step further and feed the human spirit? So that's just a little bit of introduction. But before I go into it, I'll show you a couple of people, just few slides of people. Again, I'll tell you why. Chris Albee, our division president. Ryan, he is our vice president of operations, and Mike Johnson, he is our vice president of merchandising. And then a couple more slides. I won't go detail into it, but I just wanted to see all these faces. They are our district managers. We have about 10 districts, and then these are our district managers. And then the next slide, last slide, is our district HR leader. Again, the reason that I say this is all of these people that you started, all of these people that you're seeing it on the screen, they all started as a courtesy clerk. They all started as majority of them started as a part-time role, and then they built a career with King Soopers. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Like, for example, one key person that I can actually talk about is Chris Albee. She started as a courtesy clerk when she was 16. It was supposed to be her first job, but then now she's a president of a King Soopers. So keep that in mind. Like, no job is too small when you initially started. Think big. That's why we are here. And then I wanted to talk about just a quick, oh my God, my screen is like flowing through, bear with me. Quick couple of the slides I put together on what the career path looks like, because a lot of the students reach out to me and ask that question too. I'm like, I don't want to be a clerk all the time, or what does my career path looks like if I do proceed to go into retail management? So anyone who's starting, if they start as a clerk, and then they go into lead clerk, they go into assistant department leader, and then department leader, or we call it e-commerce supervisor. They are just the first salaried position that they have available. And then from there, they go into the program, store leadership development program, to become a successful assistant store leader of a retail store. And then from there, they can either go into becoming a field specialist, who are a specialist in certain areas, or they can become a store leader. And then a lot of the times they do ask, okay, is it stores? Is all the opportunities that you have? Absolutely not. When you think about retail operations, there is a whole lot of things that goes into it. It's not just the stores. But the career path looks very similar. You start as a clerk, you go into becoming department leader, so you get exposure to learn more of what the business is. And then you become an assistant store leader. From there, there is a whole lot other things that you can follow too, like department leader, e-commerce supervisor, and then becoming a store leader, and then all the way progressing within the organization. Again, when I say King Soopers, please think of it as in a bigger lens, as in Kroger itself. And then, is it just operation? Is there anything else? Absolutely. We have healthcare, right? Let's say, for example, you don't want to work in a retail environment, but you would like something as Kroger Health. We have opportunities there too. And one more key important thing that I do want to remind is, when someone shows up as a technician, we don't stop as a technician. We constantly look into how can we develop this person, right? So what are the resources that we can provide? That's where a lot of the benefits comes into. We provide mentorship. We provide any certification that they can take to better develop. So there is a pathway, even though like you can see in the screen where there is blue and yellow. So yellow pathway is the pharmacist. They require a whole different certification and whole different qualification, but we take you from there. From technician to whichever direction that you want to go, we mentor you and take you in that path. So just a couple things to remember. Like, okay, wait. I know we talked about pathway. We talked about our leadership. I do wanted to talk about benefits, which might be very similar to other organizations, but I still wanted to take some time to explain that to you guys. If you do work with Kroger or King Soopers, you get these basic benefits. That's 10% off any Kroger-related items, and then 20% off apparel, 15% off home items, 20% off Fred Meyer jewelers. And then we also run every quarter savings time, which means that it kind of doubles to what you can earn during that period of dates that we have set for. And then, of course, our top priority is the mental health, right? We want to make sure that we care and we provide services for all of our associates. With the current economy that we are living in, therapy is not the cheapest to go for. So we do offer 6 free face-to-face therapy sessions that you can schedule as well. And there is always a 24/7 access to a phone call. You can always connect with the trained professional and talk about that. And this benefit is actually from the day one that you start with King Soopers. And then I also want to talk about continuing education. You get to claim up to $3,500 a year, and then all the way up to $21,000 for your whole employment period on education. So tuition reimbursement, you go to school, you get this benefit. And it's very, very simple for you to apply for this. It does not take that much of your time to do so. So that's another added perk. But then we also are working with SoFi. If you them, we also partner with them to see how we can offer like student loan savings and refinancing options as well. So that is also another key area where students benefit a lot from it too. So those are some of the benefits that I talked about, but I specifically do want to talk about the mentorship itself. I meet with a lot of students, and one thing that I would say is mentorship. Mentorship is like really important. I wish that someone told me when I was young. And the mentorship does not have to be just Lisa. It does not just have to be people that you work with. It could be anywhere. I would not limit yourself to one mentor. My recommendation would be what could you do to have more than one person as your mentor? And then when we do talk about mentor, one key recommendation from me is do not wait for your mentor to reach out to you to check in with you. If you like someone, if you like something, especially like a leadership things that you see, a skill that you would like to learn, show interest, raise your hand and say, hey, I would love for you to be a mentor. So that's what I would say. Beyond everything, mentorship goes a long way. And then we are one thing that I'm proud of to say is our culture built within King Soopers. I don't think that I would have enjoyed as much as I am right now if I didn't have the right mentor within King Soopers. So even if you start as a, let's say, for example, courtesy clerk within King Soopers, please reach out to the leadership and ask them, hey, would you be my mentor? Would you coach me on these things? Again, I promise you, it goes a long way. And then a couple things is, what are the options that we have, right? So if you are under 18, we have 3 positions that you can take within the store: courtesy clerk, Starbucks clerk, and then e-commerce clerk. So courtesy clerk are the one who does buggies for us, who does shop bags, who bag for us. They are our courtesy clerk. They are a lot of minors work under courtesy clerk just because they have the flexibility to work any amount of hours. There are 2 more departments that you can work for if you think that you have the flexibility to work more hours. That is Starbucks clerk and e-commerce clerk. E-commerce clerk are the one who does pick up things for us. If you've walked inside King Soopers, there is a person with blue cart picking things up. So that's what e-commerce clerks do. And then Starbucks clerks, what they do, they make drinks for us. So if you are under 18, these are the 3 options that you have. If you are 18 or above, then all the other options opens up for you. The only requirement is that you have a little bit of flexibility with your schedules. But I do want to take some time and talk about our internship program too. Every year that we host an internship program, if you do go to college and if you're enrolled in more than 12 credits, during summer, you can do internship with us. It is not directly related to store, but it is directly related to your experience that you're looking for. Like, let's say, for example, you want to do marketing, then we pair you up with our marketing leader within the organization, and then you do 12 weeks of internship program with them and get more exposure, more learning from there. And again, marketing is just one example that I threw at you. There is a whole lot of department that goes into it. Accounting, we have operations, we have merchandising, we have a lot of department that you can partner up with and get that exposure. I love, if I have to pick one thing, I love the internship program itself. It gives you just great exposure within organization. It gives you that networking that you need. Like, you pretty much know all the leaders within the organization if you are able to do that internship. If you have more questions about it, or if you'd like to have talk to me about it, I am open to having that conversation at the end. And then, how could you apply, right? It is jobs.kroger.com or jobs.kingsoopers.com, or you can scan the QR code. I can even share this to Audrey, the presentation. But basically, jobs.kroger.com will take you to our website that you can apply to. One more thing that I do wanted to talk about that I hear a lot is sometimes you apply to one store and then you don't hear back. Please do not get demotivated about it. One of the things that you can do is do not wait for the store to call you. Call the store. Go stop at a store and meet them directly, because we love, especially young adults who can just show up to a store and like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Are you hiring? And then having that in-person conversation. Do not feel shy to do so. That goes a long way. That shows leadership skill to me. So yeah, meet the leadership, walk into the store and be like, hey, can I talk to the store leadership? And then talk to them boldly about, hey, I am interested in joining the team. What can I do? What is the next steps? If you don't have a position open, would you keep in mind? If there is one opening, then yes, before we even look into our pool, then I would remember, okay, someone reached out to me. I need to call that person and see if they're available. So take that one extra step. But if you still if you're still not getting any response from any of the store, I will also share my information. Do not hesitate to reach out to me as well. I have a lot of connection within the organization, so I can connect you with pretty much any store and at least get you an interview. So that's what I can promise you today. If there's one thing that I can promise you is I can promise you that I will connect you to the store and at least get you an interview. With that, I feel like I've been talking for so long. I do wanted to open it up for any questions. Do you have any kind of question? It does not have to be anything that I talked in the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It can be anything.
So you talked about internships being mainly for the college students.
Yes.
In your mind, would you see any like growth opportunities here for high school interns?
The only reason that we have it focused on college student is they have to be 18 or above in order for them to be able to take that position. So if they are 18 and above, we can explore if you have someone in mind. We have not done that in the past, but I never want to limit our opportunities. We do new things all the time. So please let me know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions?
I love that you highlighted the importance of like the follow-up piece, like, go to the store, like put yourself out there. I think that's so important. I think a lot of times, that makes anyone nervous, especially students, to go and just like, show up, connect with someone. So I love that you highlighted that. I thought that was really cool. I was also wondering, does King Soopers hire a lot of seasonal employees, like is with like the uptick in people shopping, things like that?
We don't have seasonal hiring, but we always recommend joining our team. And then if you are, there are a lot of students who take educational leave of absence if they want to focus on school at that time. So that's also an option. We have so many students who only work for us during the holidays. So they basically stay connected with us and they get to enjoy the benefits too, like the $3,500 a year. That's that looks like a small piece, but goes a long way. So they take that benefit, they go on an educational leave of absence. The requirement is they at least work during the holidays with us when they don't have school.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. I almost forgot to let you guys know about that.
Any other questions?
I do wanted to let you guys know, please stay connected. Do not hesitate to reach out to me. I promise I'm not a scary person. I am a lovely person. You can have a conversation with me, not just within something about, King Soopers or anything like that. If you just have any recommendation or feedback or just anything, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I can pretty much help you with anything. So that's why I wanted to share my information. If you would like to stay connected, you don't want my email or my phone number, you can still stay connected through LinkedIn. That is also another platform that you can utilize for professional settings. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shameem. I will also send your contact information out to schools afterwards. And students, if you have any follow-up questions after, feel free to send them to Shameem or send them to me and I'll send them over. But thank you, Shameem, so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.